Alright, so today I'm back with yet another chapter review, and today we will go over chapter 234, which is insane, so be sure to stick till the end because you don't want to miss it. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking and let's get right into the chapter. However, before that, please double check if you are subscribed to the channel as you don't want to miss my chapter reviews. And while you're already down there, you can always leave a like and a comment. And with that out of the way, let's finally get into it. We began chapter 234 with Hiori being in control of the ball after intercepting with Uber's attack, which would have led to the Ubers winning, but luckily Hiori was there to save the day. Everyone from the Uber squad is shocked to their core by Hiori's play. However, someone who is ready to attack is ISAGI, who screams at Hiori to win this. ISAGI thinks that by Hiori covering for ISAGI's blind spots, he then managed to plug the holes in their defense. We see ISAGI and Hiori advancing up on the field with Hiori being deep in his metavision. Sendo comes by and thinks that he is someone but gets out dribbled by Hiori. And I don't know why, but this little panel is so satisfying that I can't stop staring at it for some reason. Anyway, after Sendo lies Nico waiting, but before he can do anything to Hiori, Hiori has already managed to get a pass off to ISAGI. These two are sharper than ever as there's no room for errors now, and by Hiori perfectly syncing up his winning vision with ISAGI, they are able to steam up the field, even involving Yukimiya in their attack. As they are trading passes, Hiori thinks that ISAGI has many weapons in his arsenal like his metavision, football IQ, and direct shot. However, ISAGI's greatest weapon is without a doubt his ability to devour his rivals while still continuously fighting inside this twisted and chaotic field. ISAGI's ability would have never awakened if he hadn't come to bluelock, and is also the foundation of his ego. And right now, that ego is trying to propel him to become the world's best player, and only Hiori holds the key to awaken his revolution. The emergence of the next football hero, and a hero that will change the history of football, is only a vision that Hiori can construct and envision. That's the one thing pushing Hiori forward and is why he plays football, which is the foundation of Hiori-Yo's own ego. Let's just take a quick second to admire how Hiori absolutely crushed the Ubers players in this panel. Like bro wasn't even thinking about them, but he still got behind them like they were nothing, even mere air to him. And I can't explain, but Hiori's way of dribbling and getting behind his opponents looks so clean and satisfying. Even the Ubers players are saying that Hiori's way of getting behind them is outright filthy. Hiori's eyes are burning with determination, as he says that mass-producing goals isn't the only way to become an egoist, and that it was ISAGI who helped Hiori realize, because Hiori is an egoist who produces the game with his passes. Here we see Hiori fully looked in as he spots the perfect position for ISAGI. Hiori notices that ISAGI wants to make a run for it, and to then uses a direct shot. Hiori locks onto ISAGI and passes him as he says that the future that ISAGI envisioned, it's finally time to synchronize his vision with his goal. Hiori's pass is going forward at an outstanding pace, and ISAGI tries to run away from Aiku, who's looking him down nicely. The pass is perfect for ISAGI. However, as he goes into his direct shot position, Lorenzo and Aiku comes back and tries to stop him. Lorenzo has his tongue out as he tries to be Rin, and he tells ISAGI that it's the end of the line here. However, ISAGI thinks that it's going perfectly, and that everything that is happening is exactly how he envisioned it. As Lorenzo goes in for the ball, ISAGI instead taps the ball, which makes it go over Lorenzo's head. As Hiori is watching from afar, he says that this was their plan along, making the first move to be a fake, to then turn around and use his lefty direct shot, creating a two-stage attack that allows ISAGI to create enough space to shoot freely. I wish I could say that it ended here, however Kaiser is coming behind ISAGI, telling him that he knew about their plan and that he will be taking this as he sprints to ISAGI. ISAGI is stunned, saying that Kaiser knew that he was going to fake out Lorenzo with his right and targeted the instant he was going to shoot with his left leg. Kaiser is planning on stealing his goal in mid-air, however ISAGI has had enough of his shit. So he still makes his lefty shot, saying that the ball is his. And with that, the two of them create a joint attack by combining Kaiser's Kaiser impact with ISAGI's direct shot to create their new combo shot, which I would say is my new favorite shot of the series so far. However, of course the Ubers are here to ruin the fun, as both Ryu and Baru are at the line and manage to block the shot with their legs. Even Ryu is stunned to see Baru at the defense line, and on top of that blocking a shot. ISAGI lands and says that thanks to Kaiser he couldn't cleanly strike the ball, which made it a worse shot. Hiori is still in the back watching it go down and says that he can't believe it. He and ISAGI were in perfect sync, but the way Kaiser and Baru stopped them from scoring, it's almost like the two moved in a way that surpassed their expectations. And even though they are playing the game perfectly and flawlessly, the rate that the rest of the field is evolving is still a bit faster than their combined decision making, and for them to fully dominate at this level, they are unfortunately still one piece short. The chapter ends with the ball being in the air between Baru and Aryu and Kaiser and Isagi. The text at the bottom says, despite coming up with the perfect plan, Isagi and Hiori failed to come up with the winning goal. As the loose ball soars high into the air, they must find another piece that will allow Isagi to devour his rivals. However, what could the missing piece be? The next chapter is called The Reason You Were Born, which sounds like it could be really heavy, but definitely intriguing and interesting. It will most likely have some sort of connection to Hiori, as he's being heavily focused on right now, but also as his parents' goal with giving birth to him was for him to become the #1 player in the world. Anyway, let's start talking about the chapter. So I first want to touch upon Kaiser's and Isagi's accidental but incredible joint attack. The way that both of them were able to get hold of the ball and shoot was something that I could have never ever imagined happening. And if that shot actually went in, I wouldn't be pissed at all. I know that the point of this match is to decide which one of them is the better striker, but if both of them got 1 goal each as they currently have, but then this joint goal, I feel like that would be pretty alright. I have talked about this with others who said that they would have hated that idea, that it wouldn't settle anything between them, and that their rivalry would still be ongoing. But I don't really feel the need to have one being better in quotation mark than the other, as I'm fine with remaining unsettled. But how do you feel about that? Would you have been pissed if the game ended with Isagi and Kaiser drawing in goals? Please tell me in the comments. Also, the second thing that really surprised me was seeing Baru back on the defense line and even going as far as stopping the ball from going in. I know that he's changed a whole lot throughout this own arc, but also this game. But still seeing the Baru who would once never pass to his teammates, now being at the back line and stopping a shot from his rival was such a pleasant surprise. It even had Aryu being shocked, and I'm sure that at least another player will mention it in the next chapter as it feels like it came out of nowhere. And let's not forget to talk about Hiori. It's been so long since we've last seen him go all out in a match, which honestly goes for a lot of characters. But in this chapter, Hiori went crazy. He got behind most of the Uber's players by himself, like it was nothing. Uber's strategies and formation have nothing on him, as he was just almost floating in between them. That sounds a bit weird, but I couldn't think of anything better, to be honest. And I might even go as far as to say that this chapter was one of the better ones we have gotten. I don't think that any chapter was been bad or anything, but this was just so good. But after this chapter, I'm left wondering what the next piece they need could be. Hiori was supposed to be the final piece, but thanks to everyone evolving at such crazy speed, they are left 1 piece short. But just what could it be? Maybe involving another player, but that also doesn't work. For example, Yukimiya can't see the game as the 2 of them can, so he can't follow them and work as a trio. Also, one more thing before closing it out. With Hiori being this surprisingly good, I can't help but wonder how freaking insane Kiora will be, as he was supposed to get in before Hiori, as he has better stats than Hiori. This doesn't necessarily make him a better player, but it must mean something, right? But yeah, this is just my thoughts on it, and please leave your thoughts and theories down in the comments, as I love reading them. If you like bluelock and videos like this, then I would highly suggest you subscribe to this channel, and while you are at it, leave a comment and a like as it helps out with the algorithm a ton. And if you are curious to see another video of mine, then please watch the video, which will be popping up on the screen now. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.